Between framing houses, we found the time to squeeze in this little roof replacement project for my friend Joe at Do It All Contracting. The timing was very tight and the weather wasn't exactly right, but my J team, we welcome all challenges. This job came to me through Joe at Do It All Contracting, and we're about to replace the roof on his friend Eric's house. For starters, I'd like to say Eric has a beautiful home that he's done several upgrades to already before he decided to address the elephant of a roof. The existing tar and gravel roof, as you can see here, had an almost immeasurably low slope, like less than 112. We'll call it 112. This low of a slope of a roof would obviously have drainage issues. There was a lot of snow buildup in the winter and problems with leaking, as well as a little bit of aesthetic lackluster. All that aside, I think the more important reason to change out this roof is because it's probably winning the award for ugliest roof on the block as it stands. So Joe sent in a team to strip away all the gravel off the roof and then rip up all the plywood. So that's what they're doing here. At this point, I was happy to see almost no sign of water penetration and virtually no rot to speak of. So the old fir rafters held up incredibly well over time, and the wall plating and everything looks clean and dry. It's good. Now with Joe and Jeff on the team, our J team is 5 strong, so we all went to work ripping off the old fascia, cutting the overhangs down, and I set up my laser level to zero out the elevation on the tops of the walls. And here in the video you see Joe and Jeff, and they're up there on the roof putting tarps on, trying their best to get watertight overnight. Big storm coming, and hopefully it doesn't rain inside. Spoiler alert, it does. And despite the team's heroic efforts to seal coat the ceiling with spray foam and tarp over everything, there's a little bit of water leakage we'll have to mitigate further. But as you can maybe see here, we've got the pony walls built up to 1 level height all the way around the perimeter, and that means this house is pretty much ready for roof, barring a couple of point loads. With heavy rain overnight and more forecast for next week, we're under more pressure to get this roof on. Johnny and I put the hours in Sunday to get all the trusses pre-built and ready to crane Monday morning. So as you can see here, we've connected all the jack trusses to the girders and faced everything with fascia. And these trusses are now ready to fly. Framers call this a cakewalk, craning up trusses and setting them. And by the end of the day, we have all the trusses set. All the backing is done, all the strapping is in, fascia is all hung. Hips are well underway, flat top sections are framing, and we have basically got, with just James and I, this whole roof ready to sheet. And Tuesday morning we get started on sheeting. I took a little fly with my drone. I wanted to put it up and show you guys some sheeting action shots, but the wind was a little strong and I just can't fly my drone and frame and sheet a roof at the same time. Sorry guys. Once again, racing against time. James went around and put all the insulation stops in. I started sheeting, and at break time here you see a chunk of sheeting done, but we have until about 4 o'clock, they say, before the storm hits. The storm was really rolling in as we finished sheeting, so the roofers got up there immediately, started putting down weather shield. Racing the weather like this is a testament to Joe's fine leadership. Joe at Do It All Contracting, he has everybody organized and sitting on point. And so here you see the crew from Ardent Roofing, and they're doing some fantastic weatherproofing, getting this house watertight. And the storm is really kicking up here. They're not even going to finish before the rain starts. After watching this storm cell all day, I knew that it was just a matter of minutes before it arrived. You can see the wind blowing the tree right here, and I got my drone in sport mode, which makes it a little bit jerky when I spin around. But these guys are racing against like the last few minutes before the rain comes. So lucky break for the homeowner. Eric should be super happy to see this getting covered up and weather tight. The roofers, I guess, are the true heroes of this story. Unfortunately, they did not quite finish before the rain struck, and they stuck it out like troopers. Wow, these guys are troopers. It started pouring rain right after we finished sheeting, and these roofers got up there and got it all covered. Here's a reminder of just how drab and unattractive the house used to look, along with some action shots from our team leader Joe and Jeff diligently working at waterproofing. Joe is the prime contractor on this job, and this is his hardworking and diligent assistant Jeff. The two of these guys have certainly earned my respect as renovation experts, courageous enough to remove a roof in uncertain weather. Joe and Jeff are now honorary members of my J team, and shout out to Doug, who was also on this project, just sadly did not get featured. Thanks again to Johnny and James on my J team, and Framer of the Month award goes to the next framer coming down the sidewalk with an extension ladder. James, bro, please accept this bottomless box of nails as a sign of our unending gratitude. Looking back at the before and after photos and videos, you can really tell how the improvement of the property is absolutely adding incredible value. Old tar and gravel roof, almost flat, versus brand new engineer approved truss roof. No comparison. Old gravel roof versus new. Okay, so we're almost at the end, and I feel like you guys must be still watching, so obviously you liked it. Please hit that like button and drop your comments below. Follow Jer Walls for more construction advice, tips, and tricks from a professional framer, and all your favorite construction good times.